If you watched my last video, and if you're like my students, you might be having a question on your mind. What? I will answer that question. I will answer that question about how, specifically, to take notes about things that are complicated with multiple paragraphs. So I have an article here. It's called 10,000 Naps a Day, How Chinstrap Penguins Survive on Micro-Sleeps. Micro-sleeps. Okay, this is interesting. I've never heard of a micro-sleep before. We're just going to do the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. Chinstrap penguins take the term power nap to a whole new level. Scientists studied these penguins on King George Island in Antarctica. They found that chinstrap penguins nod off more than 10,000 times per day. Their naps last just 4 seconds at a time. 4 seconds! That's crazy. This allows them to keep a constant eye out for predators, which are animals that might hunt and eat them. Okay, this is a good stopping point. Let's summarize everything up until this point. I'm going to mark it 1, because it's our first note. Chinstrap penguins. I'm coming up with a way in my head. Oops. I'm going to try out again. Chin. That might be what your first summarization sentence looks like. Let's move on. The penguins use microsleeps as a way of protecting their eggs and chicks. In total, the birds nap for 11 hours a day. They never slip into uninterrupted sleep. Wow. Okay. So remember, paragraph 2 is just one sentence as well. We have to summarize just this paragraph in paragraph 2, in note 2. So the penguins use microsleeps to protect their eggs. They do it for 11 hours a day. So I'm going to say the penguins wake up often to make sure their babies don't die. That makes sense. Now we're moving on to the third note. This is where we're going to have 2 sentences. The first sentence is going to summarize everything that came before the third paragraph. And then the second sentence is going to describe the third paragraph itself. Paul-Antoine Leo Borel led the research. He works at the Lion Neuroscience Research Center in France. Okay, simple. Let's do our first sentence, which is the summary of everything before. Chinstrap penguins. Chinstrap penguins sleep 10,000 times per day. That's my summarization sentence of everything before the third paragraph. And now my summarization of the third paragraph. This was discovered by a scientist in France. All right. This is making sense so far. Let's go on to paragraph 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really 5 because I combined 1 and 2, but let's move on to it. It's going to be our last one. Humans cannot sustain this state, but penguins can, Leo Borel said. Sleep is much more complex in its diversity than what we read about in most textbooks. Amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to summarize everything from before that new piece of information. So how do I do that? A scientist in France. A scientist in France discovered that chinstrap penguins sleep 10,000 times per day. That's my summarization of everything that happened before paragraph 4. Now, I'm going to summarize this quote from the scientist in paragraph 4 in one sentence. Basically, I'm going to summarize this quote like this. He says that there are a lot more kinds of sleep patterns than most people know. So, I hope this is starting to make sense. After the second paragraph, it's 2 sentences. There's one sentence that summarizes everything before it. And then there's another sentence that summarizes just the paragraph that you're in. So, you're going to do that for the entire article or thing that you're reading, whatever it is. But that's how you do it. You don't have to circle things around like this, like I did. That was kind of silly. Okay, good luck.